no burnouts in a competition car in the state of Nebraska. If you want to drive to Iowa, have at it. Do not do it in Nebraska. Schaefer and Burns into the finish. Jason Burns matches his previous best to the thousandth, the 39.952. Meanwhile, Schaefer slows down 2/10. So right now, Burns sitting in the third podium spot, then Lloyd, then Schaefer. Only Lloyd has a run to go, and he's going to... And I believe Schaefer's doing it right now. I'm sorry, Lloyd at 40.251, and that is no help for him, or just a slight improvement. Everett by 1.1. For the third spot. Burns, Lloyd, Etheridge, Schaefer, those guys are separated by about a second, maybe a little less, maybe even a half a second. So a really tight pack there in Superstock. Once you get past that guy out front, come to the finish. Time in is a 42.9 for Sipe, a 1.1 second improvement, moving him up to 8th. Donahue slows down by about a second. No help there for him. Charles Wilson on a solo out on course right now. Wilson in the really pretty E30 M3 making his way into the finish as we have BST out on course. Time in for Wilson, a 45.671, split up about 2/10 on an 800 reaction time. Want to take just a moment to thank Hillary Anderson and Beth LaGour-Skelnick for their fantastic Facebook updating on my behalf. Really appreciate you ladies jumping into the timing trailer, making sure that everyone is up to date on my nail situation. I do have that squared away. Thank you very much, Tom Barry. Finds a half second, 39.259 for Foley. That puts him in the second spot right now, right ahead of John Wagner, 53 behind Tom Barry. Alex Jones into the finish on a 42.7. DNF, a faster scratch time by half a second. Jones gets caught out by that. He finds 1.7 seconds for Sight, and that'll move him into the trophies. So Mark Sight now sitting in the fourth and final trophy spot. Donahue finds 9/10 on that run on a 43.576 for Donahue. That'll move him inside of the top 10 in STX. Out on course, Charles Wilson's solo run in the BMW M3 and E30 M3 into the finish. Now going to trip the lights with a time of 46.2, finds 3.1 seconds, so a nice pickup for Charles Wilson. Your leaders in BSP. Jeremy Foley picking up a cone. Tom Berry clean thus far. Only a couple, about a half a tenth separating these drivers. Foley on this run. He is into the finish. 38.386 would have been enough to take the lead, but throws it away with a cone. Berry, a 3/10 pickup. He extends his lead out to 4 tenths of a second on that race. Both these runs will have either driver will improve. A 42.6 for Larson, a 42.8 for Buchanan. Buchanan would have found 3/10 had it been clean. Donahue's Sight next into the finish. Sight working into the trophies on his last run. Just got bumped back to 1 out. See if he can claw his way back into the trophy pace. He's on a 5:42 reaction time. Time in for Sight. 42.652, finds 3/10 of a second. Not enough to get in the trophies, only 55 thousandths of a second. Alex Neal on Donahue, 42.2. Would have been an 8/10 lead. No help with the cone.
You're getting fast.
That was better.
John's getting fast too at the 42 too.
Yeah.
Next to finish in the
You mean Shane?
Yeah, that's what I said. Shane.
So Wilson, is either right on him or he is well ahead of them. He's in with a 44.1, with a 1.2 second pickup. Back to the top of the order, BSP. Tom Berry, Jeremy Foley out on course right now. The margin between the two drivers, both driving Mitsubishi Evos, is 4/10 of a second. Foley had enough to take the lead on the last run, over the way into the finish. Now Foley by 7/10 of a second. 7/10 gain for Foley on a 38.5, but Tom Berry says, oh no, you're not going to take it. A 6/10 gain for a Berry. On that run, the margin shrinks to 3/10, but still the lead belongs to Berry. Alex Jones with the two-wheel drive car. Speed won this weekend into the finish on a 41.36, a 7.51 reaction. Jones by 1.1 seconds. That